1999 wasn't just the end of a decade, it was the end of an era. We were staring straight at a new millennium, and half of us were terrified the world would shut off at midnight because of Y2K. But before the clocks hit zero, 1999 went out swinging. Dropping movies, TV shows, toys, and video games that made us feel like the universe was throwing one last ridiculous party before everything reset.
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Because 1999's lineup could have carried an entire decade on its own. The Green Mile, Tom Hanks, A Magical Giant, and a mouse named Mr. Jingles. That movie hit harder than any tearjerker before or after. It wasn't just a film, it was a 3-hour emotional boot camp. You started it laughing, ended it crying, and questioned your entire moral compass somewhere in the middle. Nobody left The Green Mile without needing therapy and a box of tissues.
Yeah, big fucker. Where'd you come from?
Then came Big Daddy, peak Adam Sandler. Back when his characters weren't trying to save Netflix, but just teaching a kid how to pee on walls and eat ketchup packets. It was the perfect blend of dumb humor and genuine heart. For some reason, everyone suddenly thought adopting a random kid might actually be a good idea.
Oh, you're 30 minutes and 4 seconds late. We stopped serving breakfast at 10:30.
Ah, horse shit! Will somebody get the kid a Happy Meal?
Nice parenting. Hey, thanks. See, my therapist, take a walk.
The Boondock Saints turned everyone into an armchair philosopher with a trench coat. Two Irish brothers taking justice into their own hands. Every guy who watched that movie immediately thought they could out-monologue William Dafoe while dual-wielding pistols. It was stylish, gritty, and so quotable it made every dorm room sound like a bad Boston accent convention.
Ding dong, motherfucker! Ding dong!
And then you had Cruel Intentions, the movie that made everyone realize rich people's problems could be just as entertaining as ours, just with more violence. It was scandal, manipulation, and slow-motion makeouts set to 90s alt-rock. Sarah Michelle Gellar weaponized charm. Ryan Felipe made sunglasses evil. And somewhere, every high school student decided they suddenly understood human psychology. Superstar gave us Molly Shannon's Mary Catherine Gallagher, the overconfident, underprepared Catholic schoolgirl who made sniffing her armpits a power move. You could argue it was the weirdest SNL spin-off of the decade, and you'd be right, but it was also a perfect snapshot of late 90s comedy. Awkward, fearless, and slightly unhinged. Bicentennial Man, that movie hit different. Robin Williams as a robot trying to become human. It was funny, sad, and oddly philosophical. By the end, you weren't sure if you were crying because of the story or because Robin Williams could make even a toaster feel emotion.
What happened? What's going on?
Then, Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me, took over pop culture.
You were expecting someone else?
Mike Myers was everywhere. You couldn't go a day without hearing, "Yeah, baby." It was absurd, colorful, and exactly what we needed to laugh at ourselves before the new millennium hit. Every joke was outrageous, every costume louder than humanly possible, and somehow, it all worked out.
Talk to my son like that. It's okay, Spike. You mother.
TV in 1999 was unfiltered, unpredictable, and absolutely hilarious. Let's Talk the Man Show with Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel, back when he was still funny and not auditioning for the Hall of Fame of self-righteousness. It was a show that ended every episode with women bouncing on trampolines. That was the whole concept, and it was a hit. It was the kind of show that would never exist today, a mix of beer, jokes, and middle school energy in grown man bodies. You might not admit to watching it now, but in '99, everyone was watching it.
That's okay if you're a girl, but you're not a girl. And what men do is they turn their sadness into anger. Goddamn Buccaneers!
And let's not forget about the PJs. Eddie Murphy's claymation sitcom about life in the projects was raw, clever, and unlike anything else on TV. It blended comedy with real social commentary, and every episode had that gritty, handmade look that made it stand out. It was one of those shows that you didn't fully appreciate until years later, and by then, you realize how bold it really was. Now, what about those toys? Because 1999 might have peaked right here. Pokemon had officially taken over planet Earth. Pikachu was on cereal boxes, lunch boxes, and probably your pajamas. We were trading cards at school like they were Wall Street investments. South Park's Chipokemon episode nailed it perfectly. And then came the video games. 1999 gave us Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64. One of the greatest multiplayer experiences ever created. It was the ultimate showdown. Mario vs. Link vs. Pikachu vs. your friendships. That game single-handedly ended alliances and ruined sleepovers. The sound of someone yelling "Falcon Punch" still triggers mild trauma for anyone who ever played it. We didn't have online lobbies or chat rooms. We had couch co-op. You'd sit inches away from your best friend, both sweating bullets, knowing one well-timed kick would decide who got bragging rights for the rest of the week. Controllers were flying, snacks were spilled, and every victory felt like a championship. The feeling of 1999 was unreal. It wasn't just nostalgia, it was anticipation. Everything felt big. Every Friday night at Blockbuster was an event. Every new movie trailer felt like a cultural reset. We were standing on the edge of the future, and for once, we weren't afraid. We were excited. Y2K paranoia aside, life in 1999 was colorful, ridiculous, and perfectly imperfect. The internet was still new, phones still flipped, and our biggest worry was whether the world would explode when the year changed from 99 to 2000. Spoiler, it didn't, but man, the energy leading up to it was unmatched. 1999 was the year pop culture hit its stride and never looked back. Movies had heart and humor, TV shows had guts, toys had global influence, and video games finally became art. So yeah, when you look back at 1999, you realize it wasn't just another year, it was the final boss of the 90s, the last big bang before everything changed. And that's exactly why 1999 wasn't just great, it was the best year ever.